Hi, it's Cara and we're filming 2 videos today. It is currently the 30th of April, so today I'm filming my wrap up because I'm definitely not getting another book read tonight, and my TBR for May. So this is my TBR and coming out like within an hour of each other. You're gonna also see my wrap up, so keep an eye out for that. So for my TBR for May, there are 3 new releases I am super duper excited about. The first one is Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is their newest duo work. I don't believe it has the same formatting coolness as Illuminae does, but that's fine. It doesn't bother me really. This comes out on the 6th of May in Australia and it looks really nice. I believe it's a big cast of characters, space, cadets, things. It sounds awesome. Another new release I'm excited for is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This comes out I believe on the 14th. It is a alternate current romance. If the last election was a female president in the US, and it follows the president's son who's bisexual I believe, and then the Prince of England Prince of Wales who is gay. Apparently it's amazing. Early reviews have been stellar. I'm very excited for this. The other new release I'm super keen for is King of Fools by Amanda Foody, which is a sequel to Ace of Shades, which I read last year and really enjoyed. This, I'm not 100% sure on the date. Some places are telling me like the 4th of May, other places are telling me the 20th. So I'm not 100% sure. This is coming out sometime in May and I'm excited to read it as well. This is a fantasy in a kind of Sin City. And the first one was really cool. A lot of mystery elements. I think I need to read a recap of book 1 though before I dive into this one. There are 3 books I'm currently in the middle of and I am going to continue into May. This thing I'm doing where I'm reading about 4 books at once and reading some of each of them all the time. So I am currently in the middle of 3 and tomorrow, 1st of May, I will be picking up a 4th. So what I'm currently reading, we have Spectacle by Jodie Lindrock. I obviously don't have the dust jacket on it because I'm currently reading it. I'm currently on page 72, but I'm hoping to read a bit more tonight. This is a historical with some fantasy elements set in Paris following a like Jack the Ripper style killings. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm also currently reading A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. For this I am currently on page 118 and this is another one I hope to read some of tonight. If I get to where I'm hoping to get to, I'll be on like page 205 by the end of tonight. The other thing I'm in the middle of is Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz. I probably won't read any of this tonight, but I'll read some of it tomorrow. And I am on page 132 of this one. The book I'm going to start next is my final 5-star prediction book from that first 5-star predicts video, and that is In Other Lands by Sarah Reese Brennan. This is a fantasy looking at portal worlds, and I believe it's a very strong like parody, I guess. We follow Elliot and his friend Serene Heart in the chaos of battle. So not Serena, Serene. This doesn't really have chapters, which kind of scares me, but I'm really excited to read this. I should also say I'm really low-key participating in the Pokemon Badgeathon, but really low-key, so I'm not doing like anything other than like keeping track of my stats on the spreadsheets, but I believe this fulfills the challenge, as does A Study in Charlotte. Then there are 2 more books on the BookTube SFF Awards list that I haven't read yet, and voting season is the start of June. So I'm going to read those. The first one of those is Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. I've been reading all the books in this series leading up to this month to get to this. So this is the third book, but I believe it's kind of in parallel to book 2, I think it says at the start. With the exception of the prologue, the timeline in this book begins during the final events of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So that kind of overlaps a bit, and it's different characters from the second book. I believe it follows Ashby's sister, but that's like all I know. But I'll read it. I have heard this is the least good of the series, but who knows, I may love it. I'm keeping my expectations low though. They're obviously a sci-fi. The other one is also a sci-fi, and that's Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is his first, I think it's first in a trilogy or a series. It's like space pilots. Our main character is, what's her name, Spencer, with an Australian accent, which I love. It has a lot of pictures and maps and things in it, which I can always get behind. Everyone was raving about this at the end of last year. I think it's technically YA. So I'm very keen to pick it up. It does look pretty damn awesome. And that's the last of the BookTube SFF Award picks for me to read from the shortlist. And then I would have read all of them and I'd feel very accomplished. On my standard normal TBR, we have a book from my childhood TBR that I still haven't read yet. So for this we have The Dragon Diary by Douglas A. Steer, which is the second Dragonology Chronicles book. This is middle grade dragons. If you ever read the Dragonology like big like encyclopedia style book, fake cyclopedia, this is like novels that go with that, and the spines all make up a dragon. Like this is part of a dragon. It's good marketing. These came out a long time ago. They have a lot of pictures and things, and it's only just 300 pages, so it should be easy enough for me to fly through this. Another thing I should fly through, this is a read that's been on my TBR a bit too long, or longer than it should have. It's kind of a lie, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. And that's The Descent of Monsters. This also could count for something coming up with a sequel soon, because I think the sequel to this comes out very soon. This is in the Tenserit saga. I don't know how many these are meant to be, but they're a series of novellas. This is the third one, and I've really enjoyed books 1 and 2, so I'm keen to pick this one up. They are silk punk fantasy. Then the one from the actual stack of books I want to get to, either because they're the end of a series or that the sequel was coming out soon, was Bright We Burn by Kirsten White. This is the final book in the And I Darken saga? No, it had a different name, the Conquerors saga. This is the third and final book. This is an alternate history series. If Vlad the Impaler was a woman. I've read and enjoyed the first 2. This one came out last year, and I need to get around to reading it. It's probably the shortest in the series, surprisingly. It's only 378 pages. And the final thing I have here, which is probably my lowest priority, but I do really need to get around to reading it eventually. This is The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty, which is the sequel to The City of Brass. This was on my TBR for anticipated releases in January, but was my like least anticipated of my anticipated releases. It's a bit of a chunky one. This edition is like 600 pages. So I will at least try and start this. I might carry on a little into June, I'm gonna suspect, only because with everything here, I don't know if I'll get to it. There are also some other books coming out in the month of May that I want to buy, but I don't know if I'll end up getting round to. These things happen from time to time. That I'm not gonna prioritize. I'm gonna prioritize these ones that I've picked out. But if you have any recommendations for what I should prioritize, I'm kind of gonna go through them in the order I just said. But as I said, I will be reading like 4-ish books at one time. So I'm gonna start In Other Lands tomorrow, But when I finish a study in Charlotte, which will probably be the first one I get around to finishing, I'll move on to, and I will add in Record of a Space one for you, and so on and so forth, until we've read everything, because I'm finding it's really helping my productivity. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this TBR. These are all the books I plan on reading in the month of May, and I will see you soon, like now-ish, with a wrap-up video, or the other way around. Who knows? Who knows? Bye!